right now at 7.
The year-long countdown to in-person baseball games finally over tonight. The first pitch in Oakland just minutes away.
I think it's something that we all took for granted a little bit and didn't realize how much we need the energy and the fans in the stands.
Near record high temperatures across the Bay Area once again, but some big changes are ahead. I'm tracking those cooler temperatures.
And we're live with a huge group of parents in Alameda County outraged tonight after school reopening talks suddenly break down.
Disneyland is opening, but we have no guarantee that our schools are going to be opening even in the fall. So it's time.
Well, right now on the KPIX 5 News at 7, streaming on CBS Bay Area. In just moments, fans are about to witness the first pitch in over a year in person at the Oakland Coliseum. Good evening, I'm Ken Bastida.
And I'm Elizabeth Cook. The A's are about to start their season, and fans, players, even stadium workers can't believe the time has finally come.
Last year it was like a bad Stephen King novel. Having all those cardboard cutouts and everything, and it was very eerie.
Not this year. That was so 2020. We're done with that. We're focused on real live bodies, real fans.
Yes, you heard the man, real fans. KPIX 5 Dennis O'Donnell is there and says the players might be the most excited about this new sense of normal.
Baseball is back. The field is the same, so is the manager, but A's fans watching from home will notice one big difference.
Look, I don't know how to break this to you. I'm going to the A's game. You're not.
And no one else's cutouts either.
First thing, I was just out on the field and saw that there were no cutouts. So that's kind of a step in the right direction.
I think it's something that we all took for granted a little bit and didn't realize how much we need the energy and the fans in the stands. And I can't wait to have them back out there. And I'm just so excited to, play a semi-normal version of baseball.
And the A's are back too. Oh, sure, there are a few new faces here and there, but despite the naysayers, the playoff expectations are the same.
We like being the underdogs. I mean, I guess that just means whatever. We're playing with house money. We're not expected to do anything, so everything we do is great. I think this is the best team that we've had since I've been here. So, 97 wins 2 years in a row. I think we can get to 100.
A good reason for that optimism is the return of Matt Chapman. The A's all-star third baseman was limited to 37 games last season.
I want to win the Gold Glove, and I want to get back to, being the player that, I feel like I am.
Somebody once said that baseball reminds us all that once was good and it could be good again.
It's the overall feel of coming to the field today and knowing what we're going to have happen tonight was back to normal.
First pitch, minutes away. Zach Greinke on the hill for Houston. Cress Bassett pitching for the Oakland Athletics. By the way, Ken, Liz, that cutout of mine right now on eBay, starting bid 25 cents. Time to play ball. Guys, back to you.
It'll be 35 by the end of the night. Thanks, Dennis. Great weather for baseball or any other outdoor activity tonight as we look live from the Salesforce Tower, but it was another very warm spring day.
Chief Meteorologist Paula Hagan and I are wondering where our cutouts are. Maybe
Yeah.
Dennis can snag them, bring them back for us as the sun goes down over a beautiful day in the Bay Area.
And still very nice out there. First pitch for the A's about to happen, and temperatures are in the upper 60s and low to mid 70s on the east side of the Bay, a wide variety. It's 69 at the Oakland Airport, while at the Oakland Museum downtown, temperatures are still in the 70s. 71 at SFO, while downtown San Francisco down to the mid 60s, low 60s at Half Moon Bay. So kind of that cooler marine influence, at least, if not the full-fledged marine layer making itself shown. But then you go farther inland, it's still 78 in Concord and 81 degrees in Fairfield. With set record high temperatures across the Bay Area today, all of these locations either tied or set record high temperatures, including San Jose, a new record of 85 degrees. At Livermore, tied a record of 85, and Concord made it up to 86, breaking the record by a degree. Tomorrow, though, because of fog and onshore breeze, temperatures are going to be much cooler by the water, still above average, but only 3 to 5 degrees above average on Friday, while inland still 10 to 12 degrees above normal for one more day. We'll take a look at a cooler forecast for everybody. Easter weekend coming up in just a few minutes.
All right, Paul, thank you.
Well, frustration is growing among parents and students in Fremont tonight with the news that schools will remain closed for the rest of the school year. KPIX 5's Andrea Borba is in Fremont, where the district and the teachers simply failed to reach any compromise. Andrea?
Well, Ken, negotiations broke down this week after they started in October. Now the focus is on summer school and getting fall semester back up and running.
Do what's right for the kids!
Frustration boiling over in Fremont as the district and teachers union failed to come to an agreement to reopen in-person learning this school year. Negotiations on a return deal broke down this week.
We are running up against a very short timeline of days left in the instructional year. And that's why we shifted our energy and attention to trying to find alternative ways to bring our students to campus.
Among the reasons, teachers wanted more money for working more hours under a hybrid model.
Specifically for 1st through the 5th and 6th grade teachers in elementary, the district was asking that an additional number of hours be done each week so that they would be teaching in person or online throughout their regular workday, but also need to do the additional hours of preparation for distance learning.
Parents are worried about lost learning and lost students.
I find her hiding in the closet all the time, just playing when the Zoom conference is going on. The elder one is a little bit more responsible, but the younger one is not doing fine. She's in elementary and I'm worried about her. She's falling behind.
Jamie Phillips is a parent to 2 Fremont students and teaches kindergarten at Harvey Green Elementary. She says it's safe and time to get back to a classroom.
Disneyland is opening, but we have no guarantee that our schools are going to be opening even in the fall. So it's time to stop the nonsense.
The scapegoat in this whole scenario is the kids, and being the grown-ups here, I think we should reach a common ground.
Now, I asked the superintendent. He says he fully expects to be back to full-time in-person learning come the fall semester. He also says about 90% of the teachers in Fremont have already received their vaccine doses. Live in Fremont tonight, Andrea Vorba, KPIX 5. Ken, Liz.
Andrea, thank you for that.
Also tonight, health officials in the South Bay sounding the alarm. All 4 of the most concerning COVID variants are now circulating in Santa Clara County. And with people traveling for spring break, health officials are concerned about another possible surge.
Right now, we're in a race between the variants and the vaccine. Keep wearing your mask, delay your travel. Don't indoor dine, don't go to indoor bars, don't host an indoor gathering at your home. Even if it's allowed under the state rules, don't do it. It's not safe, not yet.
The county is expected to get around 72,000 doses of vaccines next week, but currently it's only administering around 1/3 of its capacity.
Beginning today, everyone over the age of 50 in California is now eligible to get vaccinated. But that doesn't mean they can get an actual appointment. KPIX 5's Wilson Walker takes a look at the vaccine bottleneck and how Contra Costa County may be able to provide a preview of what's to come.
Expect delays. The next big wave of eligibility is here, but right behind it, more vaccine.
So I have it. Today's mine. My husband gets it next Tuesday. So we were lucky that we were able to get it.
Lucky to have appointments because Contra Costa County now has a bit of a backlog since they broadened eligibility ahead of the state's schedule. There just aren't enough spots to go around.
So we got 60,000 requests on Tuesday when we opened to 16 and up, and that's a lot, right? So at the end of that day, we had 40,000 requests in our backlog. As of this morning, we had about 23,000 in our backlog.
It just requires people to be a little bit patient, but we're going to get there.
Mayor London Breed admitted there will be a backlog now that San Francisco and most of California has opened to those 50 and older, but she also put a relatively short timetable on that.
We expect by this weekend we'll be at 50% of San Franciscans vaccinated, and by mid-May, we expect to be at 80%.
That is because vaccine supply is increasing, and in some places quickly.
So we got 45,000 vaccines 2 weeks ago and 85,000 vaccines last week.
And California is now vaccinating twice as many people as it was just a few weeks ago. So while there may be a bottleneck now, it might not last very long.
It's impossible for me to really know exactly when there won't be a wait, but I would say this, don't wait anyway. Ask for your appointment and get on the list, because we will be ready for you when you're ready for us.
Reminder, the last barrier to fall, that's 16 and up, that comes in 2 weeks. Here at Diablo Valley College in Pleasant Hill, Wilson Walker, KPIX 5.
Still to come, it's a video that some people just cannot believe. Toddlers dropped over a fence and left alone on the Mexican border.
And we already talked about the A's, but wait till you hear what the Giants want fans to do during their home opener next week.
And it's a small price to pay for our all collective safety.
We're trusting our fans on this. This is an extraordinary time.
Plus, opening day, a little on the blustery side for one team.
And speaking of snow, new numbers are in tonight from the latest SNOWPACK survey.
Plus, will we ever see any more rain? Paul will be back next. Let us know, and with what to expect for the holiday weekend. Take a live look at Oracle Park tonight, and when the Giants take on Seattle next Friday for their home opener, fans will be allowed, but on a couple of conditions. Every ticket holder will need to bring proof that they've been vaccinated, or at least proof of a negative COVID test taken within the last 72 hours. The Giants announced this game plan today following an agreement with the San Francisco Health Department.
We're trusting our fans on this. This is an extraordinary time.
I think it's a great idea, and it's a small price to pay for our all collective safety.
I can get COVID 1 hour here after doing a test and and then I'd be passing it on to everyone. It's not safe, but vaccinations and a CDC card, sure.
8,900 fans will be allowed inside Oracle Park next week. Officials recommend getting there early. Tickets go on sale tomorrow to season ticket holders first.
Well, it certainly doesn't feel like spring in Detroit tonight. Check it out. It was more like a winter for the Tigers earlier today. 32 degrees at first pitch. Miguel Cabrera had his first ever snow home run. The Tigers beat Cleveland 3-2.
And speaking of snow, the results are in tonight from the April snow survey. And it's not all that encouraging, but not completely bad. Statewide, the snowpack is 59% of average for this time of year. April 1st is typically when California's snowpack is the deepest, but there just haven't been that many storms, as we all know.
Yeah, we're sort of running out of time, and it's going to be May before we know it, and then the summertime. We need that rain now.
Yeah, and the rain chances we had in the forecast for early next week are dwindling kind of by the hour. We'll take a look at the reason why in just a second. I want to break down those snowpack numbers because it's really the southern end of the Sierra that's responsible for that 59% number. You average it out, and that's what you get. But the farther north you go, at least things were closer to average, but well below normal for April 1st. Let's take a look outside. High temperatures today were well above normal, and current temperatures still well above normal. We're looking at a beautiful view of the city as the sun goes down. Temperatures drop to the mid-60s in San Francisco, now the upper 60s in Oakland, otherwise still mid to upper 70s. 75 in Livermore, San Jose, and Santa Rosa, and 78 degrees in Concord. We're going to see the same contrast in temperatures with a much warmer pattern inland tomorrow, much cooler conditions by the water, and even more stark difference than what we're seeing currently. Let's take a look at Futurecast, and here's the reason why. There is the fog spilling into along the coast and around the bay as we head towards early tomorrow morning. It's going to take its time backing up. It will happen eventually, but right along the coast, you're going to have a hard time shaking that cloud cover and fog throughout most of Friday, and then it moves even farther inland as we head into early Saturday morning. So that means the cooler weather is going to be making its way to inland portions of the Bay Area as well after one more warm day tomorrow. Temperatures start off mostly in the 40s, anywhere from 40 degrees in Santa Rosa to 50 degrees in Antioch. Most of us in the mid to upper 40s to start the day on Friday. High temperatures only warm up to around 60 degrees along the coast. Again, that fog, that low cloud cover, the onshore breeze, keeping temperatures way below where they've been recently. Mostly low to mid 70s around the south end of the bay, but upper 70s to around 80 degrees in the Santa Clara Valley. Mid to upper 70s for most inland portions of the East Bay, the Tri-Valley, mid to upper 70s with low 80s east of the Diablo Range. You're going to be the warm spots in Fairfield, Antioch, and Brentwood by Friday afternoon. Around the bay, again, the fog is eventually going to dissipate, but because it's going to take its time, temperatures only warm up to the mid-60s in San Francisco, upper 60s to around 70 degrees on the east side of the bay, but only mid-60s for Richmond and Berkeley. Temperatures for the North Bay, low to mid-70s, another day above average, and into the 70s for Mendocino and Lake counties, and mid to upper 70s for northern Sonoma and Napa counties as well. Here's the change in the forecast, why we've dropped that chance of rain from early next week. Storm system is still going to be getting organized over the Pacific as we head into the weekend. That part hasn't changed. That's where we're going to see those onshore winds. What has changed, instead of this big storm system sweeping towards us by early next week, it's going to break into a couple of different parts. One of them misses us to the north and sends rain into the Pacific Northwest. The other one just stays out over the water, and that means much lower rain chances around the Bay Area next week. We have dropped the rain icons from the 7-day forecast. Maybe we can bring them back, but I'm not counting on it. Temperatures are going to be close to normal for most of next week, including for Easter weekend, right around 70 degrees inland Sunday, low to mid-60s near the bay. I'll have another update coming up at 11 o'clock this evening.
Sounds good. Thank you, Paul.
Well, here's a look at your top headlines. New details about yesterday's mass shooting at an office building in Southern California. Investigators say the suspect knew and targeted all of the victims. Authorities say he entered the real estate agency, locked the gates, and then started shooting. 4 people died, including a 9-year-old boy. The suspect is in custody in critical condition.
At some point, we're going to be able to explain the motive because of the relationships and what was going on, but that is under investigation.
And California jobless claims are back above the 100,000 mark tonight. They are up 9,600 from the previous week. Unemployment claims were also up nationwide. There were 719,000 new claims last week. That's up more than 61,000. And new video tonight shows how far smugglers will go to get migrant children across the southern border. A Border Patrol surveillance camera recorded 2 people dropping a 5-year-old and a 3-year-old sisters over a 14-foot fence and just leaving them on the other side. Thankfully, they are okay tonight. The girls are in a temporary holding facility with tens of thousands of other migrant children who want to come into the U.S. Ken?
Elizabeth, thank you for that. Coming up next, April 1st. Did you get fooled today? Some of the best pranks that we saw from some big name companies. And something new to do this weekend. A couple of options for you if you like high-flying thrill rides.
I like to hold his hand, and I get a little scared.
And I was like, dude, we should totally go to Six Flags when it opens.
Well, if you love hurtling through space upside down at high speed, we have some good news for you tonight. Six Flags Discovery Kingdom in Vallejo reopened today for the first time in over a year. There will be some changes when it comes to safety, however. Guests spaced out in line, seated in every other row on these roller coasters, plus limited capacity at the park. Some visitors counted down the minutes to today's opening, while others made a spontaneous decision to visit and ride the fan favorite, Medusa.
I like to hold his hand, and I get a little scared.
And I was like, dude, we should totally go to Six Flags when it opens.
And some new video just coming in from the Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk. Around a dozen rides are in full swing tonight. The boardwalk is now open to visitors after Santa Cruz County moved into the orange tier last week. Reservations are required to go on the rides.
Well, it is April 1st, so did you get fooled today? Some big brands got in on the pranks. First up, Velveeta. They released a new creamy skincare line. It was named appropriately V for Velveeta. And to top it off, the company even created a fake wait list. And next up, Legos. They introduced some smart bricks. Now, these should be real in my house. The idea is that they move before you step on them. Genius. And finally, a drink that should never become a reality. Bud Light pretended to unveil a new edition of its hard seltzers. The theme, pizza toppings. The flavors, pepperoni, extra cheese, veggie, and anchovy. Ugh.
Coming up next, we are tracking breaking news, live pictures from the East Bay of a police shooting just now unfolding near a popular hotel. We have some breaking news in Fremont right now, looking live. Just minutes ago, police confirming that they shot and killed a suspect in the parking lot of the Hyatt Place Hotel. This happened a little less than an hour ago. No officers were injured, we're told. At this point, no details on what led up to the shooting or who the suspect is. Our crew is at the scene gathering info. We'll have the very latest tonight at 11.
Well, thank you for watching. We'll be right back here at 11 o'clock.